What is going on, everybody? Let's see what's happening. Hi, Dark Horse Workshop. It's a miracle I'm here, but I wasn't going to miss this and hope that you've... Oh, my camera's going crazy? Is it just... it's just focusing weird. For whatever reason. Wasn't going to miss this. Hope you've had a great week. Missed talking with you on Odin's live stream, though. Glad to have you here. Yonelith. Is my camera focusing properly? That's my question. I think it is. Maybe. What could I have done to it? I think I did a spot. I think I changed this focus, so it's trying to focus. Yeah. I had to change something on my camera really quick. Function. Focus. Wide. There. That'll fix it. There we go. That's better now. This isn't gonna... Yeah, it's gonna be on my face. Most important. Hello from Brazil. Nice. Hi back at you there, Clayton. I guess it's Friday, isn't it? Says McEwen. Yes, it is Friday. Good call. Well played. I am going to build something really simple today. I need to get, like, how long has it been since Ragnarok came out? I need to get some of this costume finished up. So I'm going to do one of the Van braces, which is very simple. I was trying to figure out how to use my Atom to, or Atom Mini to show you guys pictures of what I'm working on. I'm going to see if I can figure that out right now. There's a media player. And how do I media play it? That's the real question. Output. Media. Yeah, I don't know how to do this. Whatever. I don't think I want to figure it out while I'm streaming. Is this really bright? I don't know. I'm gonna open this up on here, I think, because it's a lot easier to see you guys. Make sure my volume's down. My channel.
So there's a new Supercell game.
Oh, that's not down, is it? What's up, Magnus? Says Justin. Ragnarok stuff is up, so I'm gonna work on this Van brace. Really simple stuff. We can hang out and chat. I don't know who's seeing Love and Thunder tonight. I know I am, so that's awesome. I'm very excited about that movie, and thought I would just work on some of my Ragnarok costume while I shoot the shit with you guys. What do I got? I've got dark brown, 8 ounce. I really want to show you guys a picture of what I'm working on, so let's just do this. Let's just find a picture and show you guys what I'm working on. It's super simple, but it is what it is. Is what it is. I'm making this very simple Van brace. Whoa, block my face. There we go. Very simple. Nothing crazy. It's got 3 straps. It's got a leather lining, and it's got some kind of triple lobster looking action. I have to wait and see movies because of lack of money. That's fair. That's fair, Yonelith. Hey, Amanda. Hey, everybody. Chris. Glad to see everybody back. I'm still a little confused at why I can't just play this. I should be able to. Switcher. Stills. Well, God! I figured it out. Look at that. I'm going to work on that vambrace. And I'm going to do the other one on the other side. The other one's a little weird. It's like a fake wrap. So it's being sewn so it holds itself up. But I'm going to work on the easy one first. Look at that action. Pretty straightforward with my squeaky chair. All right, so I guess I just got to start working on it. I'm gonna grab some paper. Paper. My gout is almost gone. So that's nice. It's my. Ooh. Don't want to just. Let's pop that back a bit. How's that? Is it focused? It is. Measure. Hopefully it's not that loud the whole time. Now I just have to find my measuring tape and everything will be great. For my own whoop, there's my head. Arm braces. Alright. Where is my tape measure? Ugh, you know how it is? Search, oh, I know where it is. Oh, man. Seven inches, maybe? Yeah. Should measure from the outside. More like 9, 8.5, 9, 8.5 total, but they overlap, so we gotta take that into account. Where is my pencil? Let's turn on this. There you, ooh, fancy. We're gonna do 8.5. Are they all just squares? Are you kidding me? It's like the most basic thing in the world. All just squares overlapping a half inch. What are they mounted to? I think they're sewn onto the lining as. Oh no, they're not. Jesus, what's happening with these? Anyways. Ugh. I was just wondering, are you going to make the suit from Ragnarok or Love and Thunder? I am currently working on some Ragnarok stuff. I just did Love and Thunder because I'm seeing it tonight. I'm going to work on the Love and Thunder stuff later. This isn't done, so I'm trying to work on that a little bit while I'm thinking about Thor stuff. So that's where I'm at with that right now. Do they all equal? Are they equally separated? Kind of. It's gonna be. It's like most. That's like what was that? 2/3. 2/3. No, not 2/3. Am I crazy? 1/3. Not even. It's not even half. 3/8. 3/8. So that'll be, let's just make that 3. They probably did something like that. 3, 3, 3. They're probably all the same. They're probably all like identical. So basic. See, now I gotta find you guys again. I can't read something that's right there for whatever reason, because I have crappy eyes. There we are. Four. Four, 6, 8. 4, 6, 8. More like 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 3 inches by. It's almost perfect. Man, that's so small. There's what it is. Ah, that makes sense. 4. We're gonna go 3. Good morning to everybody, good evening to everybody, etc., etc. You know, like this whole folded crease page thing was a great idea when I thought it wasn't a giant rectangle. But since it is a giant rectangle, let's just make this nice and easy. Close enough. So we're gonna go 4, 5, 6 for sizes. We're doing that because when they overlap, we want them to kind of be even along the edge. So if they were all the same width and we overlap them, they would be awkward on the edges. Even this 4, 5, 6 may not actually pan out, but we're gonna give it a shot. Of course, I've got all these extra freaking lines in here. For that stupid line. Stupid line. Who is seeing Love and Thunder this weekend? Anybody? Am I the only one here? Am I only crazy person wants to see it right away? Oh, knife. There we go. I would love to see an assassin set or style of armor, or even a pirate set with a coat or bandolier / hat. Anyone else? It's a good idea. What was the off limits question? I didn't even see. And I gotta get my my ability to see these messages has got to become better here quickly. Oh, Zaz was asking, for your particular job, do you get paid regularly or is it all commission? I'm wanting to change fields potentially. My particular job is YouTube. Hilariously, I am a YouTuber. So we got our 3 simple little pieces. In theory, they're all going to overlap by a little bit. What is that, 1/4 inch each? And that will bring it to 8.5 inches up the arm. Or so, right? Yeah, 8.5 inches. It does feel like that this piece overlaps way more, but I'm just going to take a look at it and see. It does feel like it overlaps even more, like a little bit like that. And that's still an okay length for that piece, I think. So it's more, we're going to do more of a 1/2 inch overlap. That's not even squared off. Wow. My God. What am I looking for? That doesn't work. Guess that was an off limits question. Probably no further. I've gotten, going back to the question, when I did do a lot of leather work as a means to make money, which I don't do a lot of anymore, most of it's an hourly thing. I do mostly film work now, so I occasionally get a film job that I'll do some stuff for, and I just bill by the hour. Pretty straightforward. I've got a 2-hour drive to see Love and Thunder. Won't be this weekend. I've got the nephew here introducing him to this Legends channel and the art of leather crafting. Thanks, Chris. It's awesome. contact lenses or glasses. All right, so this is about it for the main pieces. They've got a stitch groove. Oh, is that even a stitch groove, or is that a... Damn, man. Trying to see exactly what they got going on these is sometimes brutal. I'm just looking at my phone on the air as I try and figure out if there's anything I missed on this rather simple build. But there is one like weird little cut on it. I don't know why it's like that, just for the hell of it. Yeah, I can't see. I'm not seeing anything out of the ordinary. Let's just keep moving along there, buds. Did I just lose it? Gallery. There it is. Yeah, one of them's like got an angle for some reason. This is great. Good quality. How loud is that craziness next door? Oh, it's more like this. Might be a short stream if it's that crazy. And then there's this here, and there's probably this here as well. I'm gonna say they did that on both sides, even though I doubt they did. It's just... pretty straightforward. Nerdforge's assassin armor. I'll have to take a look. Thanks for the tip, Yonaleth. It's so loud. I could turn in my volume down, but I think it'll be alright. It's pretty stupid, but I think it'll be alright. Alright, let's get some leather for these little pieces. That's not bad. Hey, Rotten. So loud. Is this even close enough? Right. It's like the chaos here is ridiculous right now. They've ripped the front loading bay doors off the place. They were reinstalling those. The guys, the woodworking shop across the hall and down a bit have got another space, and that's what that construction is, I think, as they move into another space and make shit. I've been thinking about how I could, where would I look for a space that's quiet but I can make noise? I have no idea. Oh, hey, thanks, Roland. Appreciate it. I didn't even have to ask for supporters this time. There was no like crazy begging. And look at, oh, my Stream Elements little thingy is working. My bot. Look at that. Look out. If I was smart, I would have gotten a whole bunch of stills ready for this, but I decided to make this 30 minutes ago, so it's pretty simple, but whatever, we're just gonna hang out. I don't even know if I have the right dye for this right now. We'll see. It's got to match the rest of the armor. This is definitely not the ASMR stream, though I should Bob Ross it soon. We keep joking about the Magnus Ross. Though I released a just carving, no talking video, not this last one, the one before that, and it is my best video ever. It took me very little time to edit it together, no voiceover, and it's got 160,000 views in 9 days, which is by far the most views I've ever had in a one point. Like if you look at my lifetime YouTube analytics, where there's 3 spikes, this is double the biggest spike I've had before. Really makes you wonder like what people want to watch. My leather cuirass breastplate video has 5,000 views in that amount of time. So, you know, it's tough to figure it out. Oh well. Yeah, there's a few YouTubers and TikTokers that do just a whole project sped up, which is like that would be so easy to do for me instead of all the editing I do. It's an idea. I could also do members only voiceover stuff if I wanted to. I could do, I don't know. I'm always trying to figure out what to do, and then I drop that one carving video and I'm like, I don't understand. Please, I don't understand what works anymore. Of course, I'm not here to learn. I'm probably the minority. I'm just here to support you. Well, thank you. Thanks a bunch, Ron. I joined the Armored Combat Sport group 2 weeks ago, and people are asking me to make the leather parts for splinted armor. Where would you recommend finding patterns for splinted armor? The Armor Archive used to have lots of splinted armor, not splinted armor. The Armor Archive used to have a lot of patterns. I don't know if they had splinted armor patterns. Are you talking about like the steel fighting, blunted steel fighting ACL kind of stuff there, Golden? For me, I love watching oh my god, my eyes. Yonolaf says, for me, I love watching makers and watching vlogs, or just singing like a crazy person. Just depends on the day and what I'm working on. Very nice. Very nice. Let's awkwardly cut this without a ruler. Without a ruler. What the hell? Why is this covered in rust? It's so weird. Where's my other one? That's super random that it's got rust all over it. The thing about splinted armor, if you're doing blunted steel fighting, you either need to make sure those splints have like flutes in them or creases in them, or that they're spring steel. Because if you just put a piece of steel on a piece of leather that's flat, like if you cut out a flat splint and put it on a piece of leather and it gets hit, it is going to bend very quickly, especially with steel weapons. So I would recommend getting your splints made by somebody that can do some heat treated steel, or making sure that you're like maybe bending them over a pipe, curving them, giving them some kind of curve to increase their strength. And of course, if you do heat treated stuff, then they can be lighter weight. Oh, I think Chris asked me how my hands are doing earlier, like a long time ago. They're doing better. They're still a mess, but they're doing better. That's about right. It's a boot right. Depends what kind of shield you want to make. I've got a Viking shield tutorial. What is the knife I'm using is an Olfa knife. It has got a fully rubber handle, which I really like. I call it my goth Olfa knife because it's all blackish. Oh hey, the Stream Elements bot even says when people subscribe. Very nice. Look at that. Good job, bot. Well, I've already made some templates for my own custom shield, and I really need someone who can CNC to make my design. Ah, I see. CNC is great stuff. I wish I had something like that here. First time catching your stream, just wanted to say love your work. Keep it up, man. Being subbed for a couple years. You've helped me pattern so much, so thanks. A bunch of your content, much love. Thanks, Ghostly? My eyes! Ghosty. Alex, am cool. Fun to catch you live. Not always easy from the Netherlands. Working on a leather helmet as my first project. Any tips for shaping the leather easier? Well, vegetable tan leather, you know, or working with belly. Anything around the belly area is generally going to have a bit more stretch. So if you can get something in the stretchier part of the animal, of the bovine, and you can also dish wet vegetable tan leather as if it was steel. So you can, like, I've got here, one second. Let's see if I can find my random, there it is. Wow. So this is my sandbag. So you can dish into this. You can wet your leather, and then you can hammer into it, and it will curve it. The thicker it is, you know, the better structure it's going to have, and the more it kind of has to stretch and press. But it also makes it harder to work. vegetable tanned only. If you're not doing vegetable tanned and you're trying to make a helmet and you want to shape it, then you're just gonna have to shape it with like your how do you do your curves and riveting or stitching it together. Yeah, rotten. I know, and literally my monitor is 2 feet from me, 3 feet from me. It's just the text is pretty small. Not. Wonder if I can make it bigger. Whatever is what it is. Yeah. So something like that, or you can buy steel dishes that you can curve into. I like this thing. We don't need a picture-in-picture of my chest as much as it's amazing. Last week we had no new members. This week we've already got one new member. Oh my god. I didn't do my intro. I'm so sad. Alright, I'm doing my intro just for the hell of it. There we go. Now I'm happy. Now, do I want to pull a strip out of this with a stitch groover, or do I want to crease it? I think I want to crease it. I doubt I'll find anything. Yeah. It's hard to tell what's going on here with this. Very, very hard to tell. I think it's creased. I'm gonna crease it. Crease. Let's switch cams. Just need to get a little bit of water. 1 second. Be right back. Weird ass sponge. Creaser. Somewhere. There it is. Creaser. Ooh, fancy. Is that even autofocus right now? No. There we go. Adjustable creaser. Put the fancy. This is an interesting. I haven't had used these sponges before. They're pretty crazy. They're very dense. Damn, these are cool sponges. I just got these at Lonsdale. They're fucking really weird. Yonel says, to be fair, my shield is shaped like a dragon's head and has a large crest as a separate element, so it's quite layered. I want something to match my character. Sounds like a lot of work, but also very cool. Right. So now we just got to figure out what the space is on these. It feels like there's 2 creases at the front edge, but I'm not 100% sure. It could also be a it could be a bead roller too. Could be a bead roller, but I'm not sure, and I don't have a bead roller here, so yeah, it's hard to tell. I'm just gonna do the single crease and maybe look at a couple other pictures. I just gotta wait for this to dry a little bit. Is my my audio's in sync? Yeah, obviously it is. I'm just looking at this weird. I'm gonna look to see if I can get a better picture of the vambrace to see if it actually has a crease on it at all. Oh, these might even be too small. Looking at another picture I just found. But I'm going to do it anyways. I'm just going to forge ahead. Yeah, I'm not going to find any tight little shots of vambraces. Whatever. Oh, look at this. It says now would be a good time to insert ads. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to insert ads. But my YouTube is telling me to insert ads. Not going to happen. I got enough ads. I would cut out for your wrist before moving on. I would cut out for your wrist before moving on, says Jennifer. Cut out for your wrist. There's no wrist cutout for this. This is all straight across. I'm just doing what the costume has. It's all straight chunks. So what's going on with this is that it seems like it's pulled back from the wrist enough. On the images I've seen, it's like pulled back to here, so it's not that big a deal that it's squared off. It's over here. And then there's a little bit of softer brown leather here, and then it goes doot, doot, doot up the arm. So that'll be like here. But I'm going to crease it. Let's do some creasing. Let's also zoom in a bit. Oh my god. Somebody gifted something to me. Gifted 5 Dark Horse Workshop. What? Roland? Oh, thanks. That's the first time somebody's ever done a gifted. That's crazy. That's very cool. I forgot that those were a thing now. They actually put them into YouTube as I talk to nobody. There we go. They put gifted memberships in a little while ago in beta, but I've never seen them used. Look at that. Look at all this stuff. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. I said I was going to have an explosion when that happens, and I still haven't gotten around to the explosion. Obviously got to figure that out. That's so cool. Oh, that made my day. All right, let's go back to screwing around with this stuff. This is probably fine for our crease. That's probably too big. Let's tighten it up a little bit. And now obviously the other option is that if we were doing this, we could do a stitch groover. If I could find it, who knows where it is. Ah, here it is. So we could just go with the stitch groover. And that pulls out a chunk. But I just don't feel like they did that. I think they would have just put a line in it. But who knows? It's hard to get it not to cross over itself, though. Ooh, slipped. That's not too bad. Yeah, that's not too bad, actually. Roland says, man, I love your stuff and you have taught me so much. It's the least I can do. I appreciate it. It means a lot to me. Thank you very much. What else have I meant to be doing? I was going to put a Bluetooth speaker in here so I could kind of figure out some way of having some kind of audio. Obviously, I can't have myself as audio, so I don't know if that would be attached to my stream elements or what. At least so I know what's going on a little better, because it's like I'm just in mostly silence here other than construction work going around, right? There we go. Ooh, look at that. Amazing. We know we've got a couple rivets. I assume they all have rivets, and they're just flopped down and riveted onto that piece of, this is a great view, hey, right here. Onto that piece of softer leather, I would assume. Oh, Yonolith is saying, now I can finish what I was saying. My character is a paladin lore master, so weapons are not necessary for what I do, but I still want to be protected as I travel and write and draw lore. Hey, Yonolith, is this a LARP or something specific or something? I don't know what it is. I would assume it's a LARP. No, these are not going to be waxed. These are costume pieces. This will just no waxing this. I also, like, if it's not something that's going to see combat, I'm very unlikely to wax it ever. Or I would just use thicker leather if I wanted it to have some structure, and either use hot water on it to shape it. That's about it, really. I wouldn't wax it if it's not going to be if it's not going to see some kind of actual, like, serious smashy smash. Otherwise, it's just annoying and a pain in the butt. It's even a pain in the butt because I do a lot of leather carving. Waxing leather carving is a pain in the ass, so it's just not worth it. Look at the stream elements bot, just going strong here. Thanks for this subscribing there. Tistormidic. What do we got in here? 45 people? Cool. Anyways, back to this. We're going to stop looking at my chest because it's unnecessary. And we're going to do these little bits here. Get up there, bud. So we officially have more new members this week than any other week. Last week we had 0. The week before we had 4, and I think the week before we had 4 as well. Maybe 3, I'm not sure. But this week we have 5. I mean, thanks to Roland. Throwing down so many. And then we got to go the other way kind of to get these little bits in here. I think I'm getting carried away with this, but whatever. Good enough. Boom, we got that. So amazing. Look at that. Next level leathercraft going on right here. Pennsic is very unlikely unless I make a ton of money in the next couple months or whatever. Isn't Pennsic in a month? I'm pretty sure Pennsic is in like a month, isn't it? Forget. Isn't it early August? So this continuing with my process of trying to make this stream fun and interesting and always different. We've got the bot this week. That's different. I thought I had set it up already, but now we got the bot. I don't know everything it can do, but we have the bot. And I figured out how to do pictures. Granted, I figured that out after we started the stream. I should have probably done that before the stream. But now I'm going to be able to cycle through pictures with you guys while I talk about them. So, in theory, if I was better prepared, I would have a whole series of pictures from Thor Ragnarok with that van brace, all the different angles, and we could talk about what they did. It's a pretty simple build, but like this was ridiculous. That was a giant pain in the ass. I think I know the guy who made this. I think I worked with him on Warcraft, but I'm not sure. I would have to check his IMDb. But anyways, yeah, we can put a bunch of pictures up. We can go through them all. I can start the stream with talking about what we need to do, and then just dive right into it, and occasionally go back to the pictures. But anyways, I'm excited because we have been doing a little bit of rinky-dinking around here lately with the streams because I'm still trying to figure out how everything's going. We're gonna have some guests eventually in here too. I want McEwen to come in, hang out for a bit. We can build something. And anybody else, I rent half the space here at my studio to a buddy of mine, and maybe he can come in and help out, do some stuff. He does film as well. So I actually followed him around. He worked at. Am I really bright? A little bit. He worked at Tandy Leather. And then I worked at Tandy Leather, then he left to do props and costumes, then I left to do props and costumes. And then I started doing YouTube and got this space with Levi, which was awesome. And then he was having issues with his space, and now I rent half the space to him. And he's never here. But I think he's got 12 sewing machines over there. He's never here. It's ridiculous. I would show you guys what I'm doing right now, but you know what I'm doing. Unless you just got here. You'll see it in a second. I'm still pretty pleased at the whole gifted memberships thing. That's awesome. And the way gifted memberships works on YouTube, I don't know if it's the same on Twitch. I obviously need to put some kind of unsqueak device on my chair. The way it works on YouTube is if you interact a lot in channel, the most recent people to be interacting and talking, I think it takes that into account for gifted memberships. So if somebody drops a gifted membership bomb, it'll go, oh, that person's been interacting and chatting and being part of the stream a lot, and they'll give them the gifted membership, which is cool. You also have to opt into it, but I think it won't start subscribing you to the channel past that, not subscribing, membershiping you past that month. So at the end of the month, it'll just stop. It's not going to bill you suddenly out, and you'll be like, why am I suddenly getting billed for memberships? That kind of thing. Anyways. Ramble. Oop. There we go. But I sure would like to have some kind of audio input. I think somebody was talking about having some kind of voice It's a text thing. Then I'd have to wear earbuds though. Not voice. Text to voice is what I'm looking for. Look at that. Beauty. That's pretty cool. We've got our bits. And now I want to figure out the back part of this. So now this is going to be a lot of me like just kind of hanging out with you guys and figuring out what the back looks like, since there's not a ton of pictures of it. Let me see if I can move something real quick here. Anyways, good enough. Catching up on what you guys have been saying. Sorry. Squint, squint. Just broke my hand. Any tips to working with non-dominant hand only? I've been occasionally, because my right shoulder's screwed up, occasionally I'll go to my left, but it's tough. You just have to keep doing it and doing it and doing it. And occasionally while doing it with your non-dominant hand, if you can, just put whatever you're using in your dominant hand, and if it's hurting, and you obviously can't do it, but kind of go through the motions with it to like, so you remember what's happening, and then switch to your left hand and then try and do it. Because if you just pick up something in your left hand, you're like, so give yourself a reminder of what you need to do in the opposite hand. And that goes for tools, swords, whatever. Studio tour one day, for sure, 100% studio tour. That will happen. I did a studio tour a while ago. I think somebody just mentioned that. But it's changed a bit. It's a bit of a mess. My studio tour could really I could just turn my camera around in 360 and I could just point at stuff. Wouldn't be too hard to do, honestly. The space is pretty big, but it's not gigantic by any means. It's like a double garage. More than that. Triple garage. Quadruple garage? It's pretty big. I guess it's pretty big. As I continue to look, or start to look, for the back side of that vambrace. This is going to be a giant pain in the butt. Oh, I had pictures. Wait a second. Google Drive. When I was thinking about working on this a while ago, I thought that I had collected a bunch of Ragnarok photos. Have I lost my mind? I think I did. I might have a giant folder here somewhere. Could be on my computer at home though. No. Images. Patterns. Personal projects? No. Yeah, it's not here. I thought it was. Oh well. I'm gonna have to just keep thumbing through it and talking to you guys. It's gonna be a chatty kind of one, honestly. Is what it is. Is what it is my favorite saying today. Leather diode carpet, you are screwed. And I had my shop was in a bedroom, I had a full bedroom, like at 11 by 12 feet for a few years, and then I got this space with my buddy. Best decision I've ever made was moving in here by far. It was such a good idea. I bugged him about it, and then he came up with an idea, and we posted a wanted poster. Wanted workshop space, and we had like armor and stuff in the poster, so that worked out really well. We got a call right away and got this spot. I'm going to keep answering questions as long as you ask them, and I'm going to keep looking at my phone because I want to make sure I do this right. I don't want to do it 4 times. Thor, Ragnarok, cosplay, costume, pictures, pictures. Man, I obviously wasn't prepared like I should have been, but it is what it is. No, now this is just a bunch of cheap costumes. Cheap, cheap, more cheap. More cheap. Oh, I think it was on the replica prop forum. Thor Ragnarok. Ragnarok. That is not how you spell that. Costume photos? Replica prop forum. I think. For somebody that took so many pictures. What was my first leather project? A belt. My first leather project was a belt, if you're talking to me. Oh. Well, that's a good way to get started, Lord Mickerall. Lord Mike Rawl. One of those. For me, one of my first projects was a belt that I'm not wearing, but this was one of my first. This is my first carving project. Falling. Here's the first thing I ever carved. Look at that. Oh, it's looking at my face. Isn't that amazing? Anyways, well, it was just a regular old belt. A normal belt. It had some a little bit of leather carving on it, some stamping, just a little bit of stamping. Can you see my sporran? I don't have a oh, I see. Oh, I know what you're talking about. I wouldn't call it. It's just a pouch. It could be used as a sporran, I'm sure, but let's just do this. Boom. While we're working on figuring other stuff out. Yeah. I like this pouch. It's kind of cool. Lots of pocket. I think that's what you're talking about. Now, as far as that carving goes, whoops. No, don't feel too bad. I was working at a leather shop, Tandy Leather, when I was sat down with Brad, who I was talking about, who's now in my second half of the studio, and he showed me how to do leather carving stuff. So I had somebody right there to be like, no, yes, use this, do this. Steiner used to beat up, nice. Well, since we're on like a show and tell, I'm gonna do more show and tell just because I'm not sure what I don't want to be sitting on my phone looking for the back of that fan brace, but I'm gonna grab the first armor I ever made. It's right here. It has seen better days, and it has had adjustments. Is this even going to be able to be viewed like that? No, it's not. That's silly. Let's move it. Boom. Look at that. So it's been like fiddled with. It's been adjusted a few times. This upper chest piece wasn't original. This wasn't original because this was on it. Originally that thing was on it. I was in a pirate household. It's got a bunch of leather carving on it that you can't really make out very well. And the shoulders I redid. The weird belt hookup thing. It's kind of funky. And I did this awful back. Nice and dusty. This kind of weird tail thing. That doesn't really work how it's supposed to. It kind of just didn't fall right. I think this needs to be shorter. Probably. If that was shortened up, it would probably sit better. But like, lots of little leather carving. But yeah, it flops weird. Like it's not set right. I did something really silly with it. I'd have to look at it. Like it all wants to curve under, which doesn't make any sense. It should want to curve up. So, anyways. Yay, show and tell. Let's go, bud. We'll just put you over here. Let's hear it for show and tell. Why haven't I made a video for that? Whoop, whoop. Going crazy here. Is it focused on me? I don't even know if it's actually focused on my face like it should be. Why haven't I made a video for that? I don't know. I don't have a pattern for it. It's kind of a Frankenstein's monster of armor because I've changed it so many times. Like this is stupid. Like I don't know what I'm doing here when I did this. It used to have like a bridged piece. Oh, does it still? Oh, it does have some like a weird bridged piece here. It kind of makes sense. Simple shoulders. Yeah. I made that 15 years ago, maybe 16 years ago. Probably 15 or 16 years ago. Is it Roland popping out? Bye, Roland. If you said, oh yeah, gotta go see you. Thank you very much for stopping in. Thanks for the contribution to the channel and the stream. Much love. Have a great rest of your day, evening, what have you. I'm gonna go back to doing a little bit of a look-see on this van brace. I could just take a redirection and do some dyeing and burnishing, I guess. I kind of want to keep things rolling along, and I don't want to waste what I've cut out and done here, even though it's not very much. Yeah, I'm gonna grab some dye. I'm gonna start working on this gorget that I need to get done. So just give me a moment. One moment. Not to spill crap everywhere. So this is a black short neck 16.5 inch, I think, crochet. That's what it was. What was it? 16 front. Yeah, I didn't mark it. Anyways, I think it's a 16. Ooh, look at that! Ready to spill dye everywhere. That's crazy. We got 5 memberships this week. That's bonkers. So cool. Yeah, I don't want to spill any dye on my ridiculous white table. Usually I have a big piece of sheep's wool, but I'm feeling lazy. So I'm just going to do this. Zoink. Ugh. Chunked your knuckle? You were trimming the end of a belt and the knife chunked your knuckle. That does not sound like fun at all. Speaking of not fun, I've had gout for a week. That's also not fun. I just get the back because when I stitch on my lining, there's a little bit of a gap. I don't want to see any non-black leather, you know? Yeah, I know. Was it King Henry? I can't remember. People said King Henry, I think it was. I'm I'm taking it seriously, but I'm not like going crazy yet. We'll see. I think it could have just been a whole bunch of different factors kind of fell at once. I was sick, I did a workout, I was dehydrated, I was eating a crap ton of protein. I was also keep eating a ton of seafood for like a week. It was there's a bunch of stuff that just came together, and so I got slammed by it. Oh, and alcohol, obviously, a beer or two a day. So I'm just trying to not be paranoid about it yet. If it comes back, I'll know I have to make some serious changes. But I'm giving it a one free gout. Does that make any sense? I'm not going to go freak out over having it once. I know that means I've got it forever. I got to be, but I just think that there was a lot of factors that made it go crazy for me. So, all right, we've dyed it. Look at that. Amazing. Be right back. Yeah, McEwen, I'm back to making gorgets because I don't want to sit on stream searching for the pictures that I need to finish that Ragnarok stuff. I'll just put it to the side. I'll pick it up again. This is like pretty straightforward. This is the same gorget I was working on last time, so whatever. That I put aside for other stuff. My exclusively black burnisher. I only use this on black because I don't know. Makes sense. Pain is gone. You can type with both hands now. What did you do? Did you amp? Oh, you just stick your hand in ice water? I've got a stitching pony. Stitching pony's great. Who are you talking to? You're not talking to me. Rocky Mountain Bear saying stitching's gonna stuck with one hand. Yes, stitching pony is a great idea. 100%. Stitching ponies are great. Great. Alright, this is excessive. Get this out of here. I think that Stream Elements bot also has different commands, but I gotta figure them out still. Not that I like. What am I gonna command it to do? I think it'll block spams and stuff like that. Like we had those weird spam bots come in before. I've also, when I had it on before, I had it on. You have to be subscribed to talk, but I'm pretty sure those little bots can figure that out pretty easily. Next week, I plan to be incredibly organized. We've got photos ready to go. We're going to have amazing explosive stuff happen whenever somebody subscribes. I wonder if the Stream Elements bot can push an overlay to the feed, like on Twitch. I wonder. For when, so I don't have to hit any buttons. So it's like, oh, there's a subscriber. Yay! There's a little subscriber thing that happens. I don't know. It'd be fun though. I want to make it entertaining. I'm all about the entertaining. Someone enters. Oh, that's a good idea. Mike, good idea. I'll check that for sure. But yeah, it does have. I know it does have a bunch of exclamation commands. I just don't know. I didn't really look at them very much. Now, normally I would just take this over to my motorized burnisher, but whatever. I'm just working away on stream here. I'm not going to go wandering off. That smooths up. Is that even... This gets pretty smooth. Dark Horse Workshop, Magnus, I found a good image on the straps for Thor's bracers. Is it okay if I send you the image on Instagram? Yeah, sure, for sure. He's wearing a few different ones in Ragnarok, so I was like trying to dig around for the right stuff. I think it's 3 straps, but I'm not sure what they're connected to. Like I think I saw an image, but I lost it. Thanks for digging that up for me. Sorry, Mike got pulled away. I'm probably not going to be sewing more than 10 to 12 ounces together on a machine at once. If I got thicker, I'll do hand stitching. Wow. One piece burnished. Exciting. All right, moving on. Juki LU 562 or 563 should do you fine if you can find one. They are amazing. I don't know. I personally don't know sewing machines that much. I've got a Juki 1541, which I really like. The only problem with the 1541 that I have is it's a flatbed. I don't know if there's ones that aren't a flatbed. So, because it's a flatbed, it can get a little weird. I wish it was a cylinder and then I could have like a table on it. Like I've got a Cobra Class 4, which is like a Juki 441 knockoff. And that's great, but it's pretty heavy duty. But these two machines have been great for me forever. Like I was saying, Brad next door shares the other side of this studio, has I think 12 sewing machines. I'm like, why? Crazy guy. But they all do something, but I just make it work. So I don't have to have 12 sewing machines. I bought that Juki for when I was working on Arrow. When speaking of following Brad around, Brad left Arrow. Why did he leave Arrow? I think he left Arrow to work on Dungeon Siege? No, that can't be right. Maybe he left Arrow to work on Warcraft. Anyways, he left Arrow, and then I was on Arrow for a very little bit doing Arrow stuff, quivers, lots of quivers. And then I left, and my buddy Aaron got the Arrow gig. I've got a nice singer that's great for everything but leather. You said he's Juki 441 rebrand? Do you mean like a knockoff? It's funny, the only props I've done recently aren't even, they're vinyl. I'm not even, vinyl and nylon webbing. I'm not even doing leather stuff for shows. Burnish. I'm still glowing from the membership gifted subs thing. Gifted memberships thing. That's so cool. It's even better when you're starting, like, not that this is also a plug for getting more memberships, but it's nice that I didn't even say anything. I hadn't even done my membership rant, and Roland was in on that. It was so good. Was Roland the only one? I thought there was somebody else. Or did Roland become a member and then gift memberships as well? Yeah. Crazy. Or is there one other? I think that's it. I love how slow this is, but it's getting there. If I could move my camera easier, I would point it at my burner. You know, I should move the burnisher. That's something I could do. I could put the burnisher over here, and then I could just turn around and like, nyeh. That makes sense. Or I could mount it to a piece of wood, and then attach it awkwardly to my table. Something like that. As I ramble and don't read. Those weird hand crank ones, I don't know. You get what you pay for, so just be careful. But if you're doing leatherwork and you want to dive into something, for instance, if you're somebody who has bought some of my patterns and has started, you know, you're punching all the holes on a set of arms, and you decide that you want to do leatherwork and make some money at events, and so you're selling a few sets of arms, but you're hand stitching all your arms, that machine will pay for itself. Like $1,000 machine will pay for itself in one event. Easily. Like, if you're serious about doing leathercraft, the speed in which you can sew a set of arms together compared to hand stitching them, there's not even close to the same. It's like, what is it, 10 times, 20 times the speed? It's 30? Like, it's ridiculous, the amount of, like, so if you are ever second guessing, just get a machine. Get a machine. Get a, don't get a flatbed machine. Try and get like a cylinder arm, something that's versatile. My Cobra Class 4 isn't super versatile, but I bought that for armor. Before my Cobra Class 4, I had a Tipman Aero Stitch, which was a pneumatic machine. So I used that in my apartment. I used a air compressor powered sewing machine that was loud as fuck in my apartment for years. But the people that lived across from me and below me, I knew everybody, or they were just loud themselves, so it didn't matter. And then before that, I had a hand crank Tipman Boss, which was amazing as well. I think a Tipman Boss new was $1,000. But yeah, sewing machine is the way to go. He's one ranked. Give him a sec to notice. What? What the hell? Did Roland just do another memberships bomb? I'm so confused. You guys are hilarious. Roland! Thank you. That's awesome. That's so cool. This is what I was hoping, like, I was hoping that YouTube would slowly start to turn into a little bit of the community that Twitch has going on. That means a lot to me. It means more to me that, yeah, that's so cool. I'm blushing. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Fucking guy. Jesus. All right. So I'm gonna go. No tears. Can't see my tears. So what is that? That's 7 memberships today. Very cool. And more than that, some interaction, which is great. I love that kind of stuff. Very awesome. Very awesome. We're down to the last piece here as we burnish away. We'll zoom in for giggles and shits. Look at that. Magic. I'm using a couple different sizes because the wider one will get the center easier, and this one will get the edges a little better. So I'll get the center, get the edges. 10? 10? My math is obviously terrible. Anyways, much appreciated. I kind of want to get a bit of a creator community going, but like it seems like I'm going to have to be the one to make it happen, because nobody else knows what's going on with YouTube except for me amongst the builders on YouTube. It seems like I've been talking to Odin, and I've been talking to Evil Ted. This is pretty dark. Zooming back. And I'm looking for other ideas for builders. Is this gonna? No, that's good. Because it's still really weird. Because you got to find somebody who's streaming. Because YouTube is not like the streaming platform yet. I wonder if there's a... I don't know. Maybe I could go on Reddit and try and find a group of people. Because I'm sure there's somebody streaming right now. I just don't know who they are. And it would be great to be able to, you know, dive into their stream. I should just take a little look, see if I can find somebody. So this took forever to do this. I'm rambling a bit while I'm doing it, so that doesn't help. The motorized one's awesome. This one works out very nicely though. It's just, I wish the burnisher I had that's motorized had a variable speed. There, those are done. Let's go back to my face. Back to my face. I'm all about the budget machine, says Gary. I just got a 6-inch adjustable pull skiver for $90 off eBay from a guy who had barely used it. It came still razor sharp. Awesome. That is a great purchase. 90 bucks. Very good. 6 inches too. If you need help with Discord, we are here. What? Did I miss something? I'm also Canadian. I got some burnisher drill bits, but haven't used them yet. Hand burnisher. How do I compare? Oh my gosh. Thank you. Canadian math. Nice. Discord. I've got a Discord. It's attached to my Patreon. Might be an idea to attach it to my YouTube as well. I don't know if that's easy or not, because it's not. Discord isn't like it's used every once in a while, but it's not like it's super busy with people. Maybe it needs a little infusion of more individuals. All right, so I've burnished these. I've buffed them. They're smooth. I can't wax them because my wax will take 2 hours to get ready. Do I have some other pieces for this that I can use? Ooh, that's a moist hand. Oh, you want to see what? Oh, hey, want to see this random thing I'm working on? It's getting there. It's a buddy's pattern that he let me use. I think it's pretty cool. So I tweaked it and digitized it, and now I'm working on getting it finished up. Where's the bottom for it? Got this part I'm working on mounting to there, and it'll be pretty cool when it's done. I've got to find some lenses. We'll stitch the lenses on. Easter bunny mask. Anyways. Whoops, that's not the right button. There we go. I feel like my eye focus isn't on this thing, but I'm not that worried about it. It's been okay. Yeah, Plague Doctor for the victory. It is focusing weird. It should just be locking onto my face. Whatever. Next time I'll tweak it, make sure it's okay, instead of rushing things. All right, what have we done today? We got like a little bit of this Thor Ragnarok stuff started off. We jumped back to the Gorget because everybody likes a stream that jumps all over the place. What else could I do today? I could cut out foam. I don't really want to cut out foam. I don't know. Anybody got any questions? It's getting close to the 2-hour mark, which is when the streams have been ending anyways. 2 hours in 20 minutes. I guess close, not super close. Yeah, the focus was just kind of being weird on my face. It's supposed to have eye tracking and stuff, but maybe I turned it off accidentally. What do we got? Is my... Let's see really quick here. Oh, I can check my Instagram for... Did you send that in? I don't even know if you sent it yet. No, not yet. Not a big deal though. What would you recommend for burnishing agents minus wax? The only real other options are gum tragant or Tokonol, which is from Japan, but lots of people are carrying Tokonol now. Tokonol, put it in front of my face. Usually I use the clear stuff, but since I had some of the black stuff, I went ahead and used that. This stuff is amazing. I like it more than the gum because it's a little probably super similar. I don't know. I really like the Tokonol. If I'm doing something that is for something outside, like I don't do this very often now, but if it's not armor that I'm waxing, because if it's armor I'm waxing, it's in beeswax anyways, I'm going to burnish it with beeswax. It's faster, it's easier. No reason not to do that. If it's for a piece that's not for film, I will, or if it's a piece that needs to be like super high end, I'd use Tokonol. So most of the film stuff, if it even gets burnished, is going to be wax because it's easy and it's fast. If it was for somebody who, like if somebody ordered a costume piece for me for cosplay, which hasn't happened in a while, though I do have to do a quiver for somebody who hasn't gone back to me. I'm doing a Hawkeye quiver from the Hawkeye TV series. Something like that I would use Tokonol on, just because it's higher end stuff. So that would be my recommendation. From order of importance, well, there's not even that many. Tokonol, just use Tokonol. Gum Tragacanth is okay. It's probably very similar to Tokonol. But if it's armor that you're waxing, you use beeswax. Or if it's something that's not that big of a deal, use beeswax. What else do we have? What would you recommend for burnishing? How do you go about making your patterns? I would really, in a perfect world, I dream of making my patterns all digitally and then taking the pattern to the shop and then building it. But a lot of the time, I need to prototype at the shop. My ability to wrap my head around something in Adobe Illustrator, which is where I do my patterns. That's where I finalize my patterns, Adobe Illustrator. So wrapping my head around something that's flat and making it 3D in my mind, I can't really do that as well as some people yet. I know people that can just make a bag in Illustrator and then go to work and print it out and make the bag. I needed to see it, so I'm getting better at that, but it's still tough. So Illustrator is primarily what I use. I used Photoshop at first when I first started doing patterns, but it's really not optimal. Illustrator is the way to go 100%. Well, that's it for me. Says people that I can't read their names. That's it for me. Says Ruknilm. Being a blast as always, Magnus, but my lady's here and waiting. Night all. Have a good weekend. Thanks for the machine info. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Glad to have you here. Good night, my dude, says Bridget. Any good brands, tools to look for at estate sales and such? I love a good treasure hunt. Roland. Brands for a treasure hunt. You know, if I was at a estate sale and I saw any leathercraft tools that looked old, I'd probably just grab them because they're probably good tools. There's a lot of crap out there. I'm looking into getting some new bevelers. I was pretty happy with these Odin bevelers for a bit, but now they're just like now that the edge is gone, I'm having some trouble with them. So I've started to look into some new ones, but the new ones I want to get, I can't remember what the guy's shop name is. I've got it written down somewhere, but I think it'll be $400 US for a set of 5 or 6 bevelers. So I'm trying to convince them to send them to me free of charge for advertising. We'll see if that works out. But everywhere I look, the people are very high on them. So, hi Magnus, do you have a version of your patterns that can be printed as one page? I might have access to a plotter at work. I don't. I've never done that. That's a good idea. I should probably stick that into the PDF as well. That's a good idea. Because when I build my patterns, I have so my Illustrator, I open it up, my template, and it's already separated into pages. They're all butted together. So if there's overlap, they go onto the other page. But below all that, in a large area, is where I make my patterns. So they're all like single large pieces at first, and then I drag them up and bridge them over pages so that they are cut to like print on separate pages. So that's a great idea, to have a single page with them all so you can just print them out on a plotter. Beautiful idea, thank you. I was also thinking about doing one without all my like logo and watermarks and stuff, so people could print them on a laser printer. Laser printer? That doesn't make any sense. Laser cutter. But I haven't done that yet. And I should do a timeline of what patterns I did first, and I should just go back to them and check to see what the quality of those patterns are, because I'm sure the early ones could be crap. And if you're somebody coming to my website for the first time and you get one of my patterns and you're like, what is this garbage? That could be bad. So I should probably go and double check a lot of my patterns and update them to 2022. Would be a great idea. What do you think of Giardini edge coats? I haven't heard of Giardini edge coats. Is that just like an edge paint, like one that you build up and then sand to make a round edge? Gary says Tokonol is great for dyed leather. For natural Vegetan, Tokonol doesn't give it that darkened, burnished look like water, gum, and beeswax. Oh, really? Didn't know that, Gary. Newell Productions is heading out. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. I've got the Odin sharpener as well, Gary. I just think they're probably cheaply made tools. I'm not sure yet. That's why I do want to like shell out for those really good ones, but not really. I want to get an example one or something. I don't know. I want to get some really nice North American made tools that I can compare them directly against, because everything I've read on these other tools, I can't remember what it is. Somebody mentioned it in chat last time. I can't remember what it was. Oh, hey, maybe it's in my drafts. Let's see if I can just do a quick search here. What was it? Come on. So I sent them a message last week around this time. They haven't got back to me, so I may just buy something off them. I don't know. Of course, then you come across the 10 best bevelers for leathercraft, and they're not. They're just random bevelers that are just linking to places to buy those tools. Still looking. This one looks more likely. No, that's another one with, you get into the trap of just posting stuff to make money off of them. I get into that trap too. Barry King was one of them. That's not the one though. Ron's Tools. So it was Ron's Tools that I was looking at getting bevelers off of. Comes highly touted, I must say. Ron's Tools. If anybody's looking for high quality bevelers, supposedly Ron's Tools, or did I say Barry King, are the ones that have really good ones. So have a look at that. Just so you know, every time your stream comes on, it motivates me to pick up whatever project I'm on, but procrastinating on. That's awesome. Good to hear that, Zaz. Happy to help with your procrastination, which I have a huge problem with procrastination, honestly. What's that saying that I like that I always forget? Initiation precedes motivation? I think it's initiation precedes motivation. I could be wrong, but that's a quote that Levi, my former studio mate, said to me, and I really like it. You just got to start stuff. Sometimes you just got to pick it up, and then you get into it, and then you're motivated, and then you go. Because I don't know. I'd rather play video games sometimes, which would be probably to my detriment many times. Couldn't you find some restorable vintage bevelers? Probably, for sure. It's just how much time do you want to spend looking for vintage bevelers, and how much are they going to be? Where are you going to find them? How much do you have to restore them? Bridget says yes with the satin matte or glass finish. Once burnished, I've never messed with them before, but a friend swears by them. I think those are ones that like build up a fake edge, I think. Like the kind of stuff that you can, in theory, you could peel it off if you were like, took a knife and some work, but I'm not, I've never played with them. There's nothing with market research, well made versus beginner tools. There's nothing with market research. Time to sweet talk Ugo into making you a custom set. I don't know if that's his jam, bevelers. Magnus, what's your favorite weapon set for SCA? Sword and shield. Sword and round shield, specifically. 100% forever. Sword and round shield. I'd rather be right-handed, but that's not what I'm currently left-handed. I used to be right-handed. If I could be right-handed again, I would take it in a breeze, because I just find those fights more fun, but it is what it is. I'm left-handed currently for fighting. Vintage leatherworking tools are easy to find. Leather tools are much more rare. Yeah, that's true. Makes sense. Five and a half hours till I see Thor Love and Thunder. Just saying, just a countdown. I should have a countdown clock. My Thor Love and Thunder clock. This, like, if I'm looking over on my studio view, it says new members 6. That's not true. There's more than that. Make sure you like this thing if you liked it. The funny thing about these streams is when I first decided, like, hey, I did a few test streams and then I dove into it a couple months ago, and they plummeted my channel pretty good. So I will remind everybody again, if you miss a stream and you're interested in streams for whatever reason, they will not be listed under my videos. I unlist them right away because they hurt my channel a lot, because people don't click on them and then YouTube doesn't promote my channel as much. So at the moment the stream ends, they become unlisted. So they're currently listed, they become unlisted, and then they get put into my live streams playlist. So if for some reason you want to go check out past live streams, you can go to my live stream playlist and click on them there. And that helps me not have a bad click-through rate on my videos, which helps my channel not tank. It's recovering this week with my crazy video, like weird leather carving video, but yeah, it tanked pretty good. Another reason it tanked was because all I did was live streams for 5 weeks. Not a good idea. What projects are people currently working on? I am currently working on a scroll case that hides a steel water bottle for booze, and plan on making a pair of your legs tomorrow. That's a lot of projects. That's nice. Scroll case would be very cool. I should make a scroll case and a scroll. Making a scroll would be fun. I am trying to do what do I find fun and just do it. Like, I released if anybody wants to listen to me do an audiobook today, I released a little audiobook, Thor's The Hammer of Thor. I haven't done one of those in forever. So that's the 4th one I've done in 3 years. The first one in 3 years, 4th one in total in 3 years. But yeah, doing more fun and prop like stuff like that, where I can build a scroll case and scroll and learn some new things would be fun. I have gotten very locked into the idea that I need to make patterns for my channel to work, because that's how honestly, that is how I make most of the money doing YouTube, is through pattern and art sales. So, but I should drift off from that every once in a while. I guess I could do a scroll case pattern. It would just be like a long version of my round box. Pretty straightforward. I'm currently working on I thought you said HEMA styled tooled briefcase for a second there. Like it's your offhand weapon for steel fighting, but henna makes a little more sense. Look up some videos from the leather craft shows. They usually have a couple of people that sell vintage tools. It's a good idea. So we got a bunch of new members. We had a lot of chatter. We peaked at, I don't know what we peaked at. I thought it would show me concurrent viewers. That's current. Stream was pretty good. Didn't get a lot done, but I like chatting and hanging out. I'm gonna hopefully finish up this Plague Doctor mask video for Tuesday. I'll release another leather carving video soon. Next Friday there might be a stream next Friday. Coronation is the Society for Creative Anachronism event for Coronation for On Tier is next Friday to Sunday, so I might not be here. I might go to that. It's a bit of a trek, and I assume my ankle will be better than that by then, but it's been 8 days and it's really good, but I still have gout, so not a lot of fun. I'm making the Dark Horse late medieval pouch. The tooling is a mix of the Dark Horse pattern and an open source design. That's awesome, Gary. Can't wait to see that. Make sure you send me a link to that when you are finished it. Rotten City saw 48 people on here at one point. That's good. Yeah, this information on my screen over here is current, not top. So I wonder what this. There's a little drop-down menu. I want to see what it does. Look out! Oh, chat rate and views. Interesting. I wish there was a way to do I'm gonna dink around here for a second, trying to figure out if I can live redirect us to anybody. I doubt I can, and I doubt I can even figure it out on the fly. It's being a little weird, but in case you're wondering, I'm going to do that. Let's see here. Looking. How to live redirect on the air while you're create a live stream, click edit, click customize. That seems pretty straightforward. Edit, customize, add. Let's see. Edit, customize, add. Doesn't seem like I can do anything yet with that. But that's okay. Yeah, not yet. But that's not because of an inability to figure it out. It's just there's nobody. I have to have permissions on different channels. They'll figure it out soon. It's kind of a crapshoot right now for that kind of stuff. But we got some gifted memberships today. A lot of gifted memberships. Very happy with that. I'm going to check to see if there's any more questions that I need to answer, and then we're going to go have a beer. By we, I mean I'm going to go have a beer with my goat because it's fine. It's fine. Stop wiggling, stupid focus. Long-time lurker and fellow Vancouverite. Love watching your videos and always looking for your stuff in movies and TV shows. Thanks, Derek. Thanks again for everything you're doing. Fantastic service for the armoring community. You're welcome, Roland. I'm trying my best. I'm having fun doing it. I've recently made the elbow cop pattern. It seems like I can get the curve from fan to fan area from the front to back, but not both at the same time. Any suggestions? So the elbow, you mean right at the very end? That is a terrible example. Right where you start at one end, it butts together, and then you get down here and it gaps a little bit. I've had that problem myself. You can, if you want to, stitch through. Not. Do I have an elbow here? I do. Where is my elbow? My one random elbow. It's got to be here. It can't be on anything. Come on, elbow. Uno momento. Aha, there it is. I'm like, search. All right. We're still going, so we're going. Anyways, if you're talking about this gapping, see what I've done here on this one? I've pulled it together. Now, I don't usually do that. I just gap it because I'm lazy. But without going through this part, I've just done the bottom layer, pulling it together and pulling it together. That's the easiest and best way to do that, if that's what you want to do. And if that's not what you're talking about, please tell me so I can figure out what you're talking about. Wiggly focus again. Thanks once again. Have a good weekend. Wearing my new Dark Horse shirt. out for the world to see. Awesome, Chris. Thank you very much. I am going to, I bought wolf pattern for myself and the raven for the wife. They look awesome. Glad you like them. That's good to hear, good to hear. I am, the shoulder armor? My shoulder armor? What does it look like? His shoulder armor is so pretty. Oh yeah. There's links in the description of this. You can check out my shirts if you want to. I've done these. In theory, I should take all my art and make them put them on shirts, but I haven't. It's just not something I've gotten around to. What was the most challenging project you've taken on, and why? Was it successful? What did you learn from it? The most challenging project I've taken on, Derek, was, off the top of my head, was this. I could be wrong, but off the top of my head, it was that. It was just a lot of like watching video and looking at pictures and figuring out where everything sat and how it was layered together. And I had to do it in a week. I can't remember how long. Like I was gonna wear it for Halloween. It's not finished. There's no belt thing. I need to get that done. But I think I had to get it finished in a week, wearable in a week. So that was part of the challenge. Other than that, I'm racking my brain. That might be it for like the most challenging projects. Being under the gun and like having to like look at pictures to figure out the pattern and lay everything out. Like I found some pattern stuff that people had done online, but they weren't right. The measurements were off and they just didn't look right. So I did my own stuff. I have a flat spot near the edge where the seams end. It curves fine from the inside of the elbow to the outside, but not from the forearm to upper arm. Thanks. I'm not sure what that means, Seztek. You can always send me a picture, Seztek. Send me a photo, and I will I'll look at it and give you some thoughts. info@darkhorseworkshop.com. I always have no problem getting back to people, especially if it's email. Most people don't email me, so that's something that I can look at and quickly do. Whereas if you were to comment on YouTube or something, it's like there's so many comments. I need another me just to answer questions. You need to get the Dark Horse logo added to the sleeve. Shake what your mama gave me. A little, that's a good idea. A little Dark Horse logo on the sleeve. Glad you enjoyed the channel, Setzek. Setzek, I should say. Setzek. I think I'm caught up on all the questions. And it's 5:15. That's a couple hours. And I'm going to do my intro as my outro, because that's what we do here until I get around to doing my proper outro. And I'll see you guys next Friday. And stay tuned for more videos in the coming week. And have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. And I need a third camera. I need one more camera. Later.